In today's class, we will be studying about the endocrine system. I'm sure you must have studied till your class 10 in your biology books about the endocrine system, but it is a part of your psychology chapter also. So let us study about the endocrine system. Endocrine system plays a crucial role in our development and behavior. So the endocrine system secretes a specific chemical substance which is known as hormones. Okay, so the chemical substance produced in by the endocrine glands are known as hormones, which control some of our behaviors. Okay, so these glands, the endocrine glands, are ductless glands, okay, and known as endocrine glands because they do not have any duct unlike other glands. So these glands, endocrine glands, are ductless glands. That's why they are known as endocrine glands. And here the hormones are circulated by the bloodstream. Okay, the hormones produced by endocrine glands are circulated by the bloodstream. The endocrine glands form the endocrine system of the body. So we will be looking at all these glands one by one, their functions, where they are located, and everything one by one. But remember that the glands that we are going to study now, they make the endocrine system. Okay, so this whole system, endocrine system, works with different parts of the nervous system. Okay, so it is also known as neuroendocrine system because it works in conjunction with different parts of the nervous system. Okay, so in the next page, you will see that there are some glands in the figure. Look at it. Okay, and then one by one we are going to study about these glands. So now let us start with pituitary gland. So pituitary gland is situated within the cranium. Your cranium is the hard covering, the skull which surrounds and holds your brain. Okay, so it is located within the cranium, just below the hypothalamus. So you know where is the hypothalamus, the location of the hypothalamus. So it is located just below the hypothalamus within the cranium, the hard covering. Okay, so now again pituitary gland is divided into two parts, the anterior pituitary and the posterior pituitary. Okay, so the anterior pituitary is directly connected with hypothalamus. Okay, so now since it is divided into two parts, anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary, so your anterior pituitary is directly connected with the hypothalamus of the brain, which regulates its hormonal secretion. Okay, so as you all know that pituitary gland secretes hormones which is controlled by your hypothalamus. Okay, so the pituitary gland secretes the growth hormone and many other hormones which direct and regulate the secretion of many other endocrine glands found in our body. So remember that pituitary gland secretes growth hormones. Okay, growth hormones are important for our development. Okay, from childhood to adulthood, how do we grow? With the help of growth hormones, and these are secreted by your pituitary gland. Okay, so pituitary gland also regulates many other endocrine glands found in our body. So it also regulates other endocrine glands. Okay, we will be studying about it, how other glands are regulated by this pituitary gland. So since pituitary gland not only regulates its own functions but also other glands, that's why it is known as the master gland. Okay, So always remember that pituitary gland is known as the master gland. So some hormones are secreted at a steady rate throughout life, while others are secreted at an appropriate time in life. Okay, so there are some hormones which are secreted throughout our lives, but then there are some specific hormones which are secreted only at specific time in our lives. So there are some hormones maybe which are being secreted uh, at your age, but not at my age. Okay, so those are secreted are being secreted at your age and not our age. That's why they say that adolescents and in among adolescents the hormones are not stable, because you all are have started secreting some specific hormones just now only. You have not just now, but from the past few years only you have started secreting those hormones. Okay, so that's why there can be an imbalance. Okay, by the time you will be an adult, that's why these hormones are going to be stable. That's why being an adolescent is difficult. Your emotions are unstable because of the secretion of these hormones. Okay, that's how hormones are related to your emotions as well. So for example, the growth hormone is released steadily throughout childhood with some spurt during adolescence, but gonadotropic hormones are secreted at the age of puberty. Okay, which stimulates the secretion of appropriate sex hormones among boys and girls. As a result, primary and secondary sexual changes takes place. So the way you were in your childhood, you are different now. The way you feel about your opposite sex is different the way you felt in your childhood. So this happens because of the secretion of gonadotropic hormone. Okay, so these are secreted at that specific point of time. It was not secreted when you are a 5-year-old child. Okay, so remember these points about pituitary gland. So now let us move to thyroid gland in the next slide. Now let us study about thyroid gland. I'm sure you must have heard about the word thyroid. Many people have issues with the secretion of the hormone present in thyroid gland. So now let us study about thyroid gland. So it produces thyroxine, which influences the body's metabolic rate. Okay, so the thyroid gland produces thyroxine, which is responsible for the body's metabolic rate, and it is located in the neck. Okay, so remember the location and what it produces. And like I already said, that pituitary gland is the master gland. Okay, so the anterior pituitary part of the pituitary gland, it has a hormone known as thyroid stimulating hormone, which is responsible for the secretion and regulation of thyroxine. Okay, remember that anterior pituitary part of pituitary gland has a hormone known as thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH, which is responsible for the secretion and regulation of thyroxine. Okay, so the steady secretion of this hormone maintains the production of energy, consumption of oxygen, and elimination of waste in the body cells. So in short, it regulates metabolism. On the other hand, underproduction of thyroxine leads to physical and psychological lethargy. If thyroid gland is removed in young animals, their growth is stunted and they fail to develop sexually. So people who have issues with your production of thyroxine, they may be lethargic, they may feel low most of the times, or lazy. Okay, they can be unproductive. Okay, so they are given medication. Now let us study about adrenal gland. So it is located above each kidney and it has been divided into two parts, adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla, and each secretes different hormones. The secretion of adrenal cortex is controlled and regulated by adrenocorticotropic hormone, shortly known as ACTH, and it is secreted by anterior pituitary gland of the master gland, pituitary gland. So when the secretion of adrenal cortex goes down, anterior pituitary gets the message and increases the secretion of ACTH, which stimulates the adrenal cortex to secrete more hormones. Okay, so this is the whole process, how the adrenal cortex secrete more hormones, how the anterior pituitary plays an important role in the secretion of hormones in this particular part. Okay, so I'm again repeating, when the secretion of adrenal cortex goes down, then the anterior pituitary of your pituitary gland gets the message that the adrenal cortex has gone down. Okay, so then what happens is that the anterior pituitary increases the secretion of ACTH. Okay, and then again this ACTH stimulates the adrenal cortex to secrete more hormones. Okay, so if you have not understood what I have said, listen to it again, you will be able to understand. Okay, so now the adrenal cortex secretes a group of hormones known as corticoids, which are utilized by the body for a number of physiological purposes. Example, regulation of minerals in the body, particularly sodium, potassium and chlorides. Okay, so your adrenal cortex secretes a group of hormones. I already mentioned that adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla, they secrete different kinds of hormones. So corticoids is one type of hormone which is secreted by your adrenal cortex. Okay, we will be looking at what adrenal medulla also secretes, but as of now remember that corticoids are secreted by adrenal cortex, and these hormones called corticoids are utilized by the body for a number of physiological purposes. Example, regulation of minerals in the body, particularly your sodium, potassium and chlorides. Okay, so remember that. What is the function of corticoid hormones? Then you will write these physiological purposes. Okay, so any disturbance in its function seriously affects the functions of the nervous system. So if there is an issue or there is a disturbance in its functions, then it can seriously affect the nervous system. So now coming to adrenal medulla, like I already said that adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla secretes different kinds of hormones. So now let us look at what adrenal medulla secretes. So adrenal medulla secretes two hormones. These are known as epinephrine and norepinephrine, and they are also known as adrenaline and noradrenal respectively. Okay, so sympathetic activation such as increased heart rate, oxygen consumption, metabolic rate, muscle tone, etc. take place through the secretion of these two hormones. Okay, so these kind of internal activities like the increased heart rate, okay, oxygen consumption, metabolic rate, muscle tone, all these takes place with the help of the secretion of epinephrine and norepinephrine. Okay, so remember its function. Okay, if you are being asked that what is the function of epinephrine and norepinephrine, then you will write these functions. Okay, so it helps in the sympathetic activation of your heart rate, oxygen consumption, metabolic rates, etc. Okay, so epinephrine and norepinephrine stimulate the hypothalamus, which prolongs emotions in an individual even when the stressor has been removed. Okay, so now if we are scared of something, okay, and after a while also we still have that fear in our body, now that happens because of your epinephrine and norepinephrine. It doesn't go right away, it prolongs. Okay, we all know that emotions, it gets prolonged, it just doesn't go away within fractions of seconds. Okay, and this happens because of your epinephrine and norepinephrine. Next time if you are feeling, if you have some prolonged feeling of sadness or fear, then blame your epinephrine and norepinephrine. So now coming to pancreas. So pancreas is found near the stomach, and it plays an important role in the digestion of food, but it also secretes a hormone known as insulin. Okay, so I'm sure you must have heard about the word insulin. Okay, so insulin helps the liver to break down glucose for use by the body or for storage as glycogen by the liver. So glucose in our body gives us energy to do work. Okay, so insulin helps the liver to break down glucose for use by the body or for storage as glycogen by the liver. Okay, so when insulin is not secreted in proper amount, people develop a disease which is known as diabetes. Okay, so for those people who have diabetes, so for them the production of insulin is very less. Okay, and production of insulin means that if the liver is unable to break down glucose for the use by the body, then what happens is that the insulin is not produced. Okay, so in that case a person will be diabetic. Okay, so the energy that our body needs, the liver is unable to break down that glucose that our body needs for its daily usage. Okay, so that's how a person gets diabetes. So now let us look at gonads. So gonads refer to testes in male and ovaries in females. The hormones secreted by these glands control and regulate sexual behaviors and reproductive functions of males and females. Secretion of hormones of these glands is initiated, maintained and regulated by a hormone called gonadotrophic hormone GTH, which is again secreted by anterior pituitary. So gonads refer to testes in males and ovaries in females. Okay, so I'm sure you have studied these things in your biology class, so you know what are testes in males and what are ovaries in females. Okay, so gonads refer to these parts in your male body and female body. Okay, so the hormones secreted by these glands control, as in the gonad gland, control and regulate sexual behavior. So your sexual behavior is regulated by gonads, and your reproductive function in males and females are regulated by gonads. So secretion of this glands again is maintained and regulated by a hormone known as gonadotrophic hormone, which is again secreted by anterior pituitary. Okay, so anterior pituitary is found in your pituitary gland, which is your master gland. Okay, so the secretion of GTH starts at the age of puberty, that is 10 to 14 years in human beings, and stimulates gonads to secrete hormones, which in turn stimulates development of primary and secondary sexual characteristics. Okay, so you see that in this age group 10 to 14 years, boys, they start growing like in height a lot, or they start growing beards, and women, they start menstruating. So it happens because of the secretion of these hormones. Okay, so the ovaries in females produce estrogens and progesterone. Okay, so remember that ovaries in females produces two hormones known as estrogens and progesterone. Okay, so estrogens guide the sexual development of female body. What is the role of estrogen? It guides the sexual development of female body. Primary sexual characteristics related with primary sexual characteristics related with reproduction, such as development of ovum or egg cell, appear on every 28 days or so in the ovary of a sexually mature female. So this whole process leads to your menstruation. Okay, so the process that I have just mentioned now, so this is done by the hormone known as estrogen, and estrogen is produced by the ovaries found in female body. Okay, so secondary sexual characteristics such as breast development, rounded body contours, widened pelvis, etc. also depend on this hormone. So remember the functions of this hormone called estrogen. What does it do to the female body? So first of all, remember that it is related with this whole process of menstruation. Then also secondary characteristics of the female body, like the breast development and widened pelvis, etc. So all this is done by the hormone known as estrogen, which is produced by ovaries. Okay, now coming to progesterone. So progesterone has no role in sexual development, remember. Okay, it is done by your estrogen, not progesterone. But what does progesterone do now? So its function is related with preparation of uterus for the possible reception of fertilized ovum, so which is pregnancy. Okay, so your progesterone plays an important role when it comes to reproduction in the female body. Okay, which is pregnancy. The hormonal system for reproductive behavior is much simpler in the male because there is no cyclic pattern. So I'm again repeating this thing. Okay, do not get confused. Estrogen in female body is responsible for all the sexual development, the menstruation cycle, and the development of your body from a child to woman. It is done by the hormone estrogen, and progesterone plays an important role in the reproduction. Okay, pregnancy in women. Okay, and on the other hand, the hormonal system for reproductive behavior in male is much simpler because men do not menstruate, or they do not have this whole system of pregnancy. So it is much simpler in male. Okay, so testes in males produce sperm continuously and secrete male hormones called androgens. Okay, so remember that testes produces the hormone known as androgen. Okay, and again the major androgen is known as testosterone. Okay, so testosterone prompts secondary sexual changes such as physical changes, growth of facial and body hairs, deepening of voice, and increase in sexually oriented behavior. Okay, so the growth in male that you see when it comes to the growth of their beard or changes in voice, it is because of the hormone testosterone. Okay, if you have gone through videos of gender change videos, transgender videos, then people who want to change their genders, they are given this hormone testosterone. They are injected this hormone. Okay, so increased aggression and other behaviors are also linked with testosterone production. So not only physically it plays a part, but also when it comes to their emotional behavior. Okay, men are considered to be more aggressive, they show more overt behavior, and this is because of the testosterone production in their bodies. Okay, so the normal functioning of hormones is crucial to our behavioral well-being. So if we do not have a proper or balanced secretion of hormones, the body is not going to be able to maintain the state of equilibrium. Okay, so many people have hormonal imbalance, so because of that they may have a lot of stress, they may react to the environment differently, or they may have other issues with their skin or body. So because of hormones, hormones affect your mood also. Okay, so that's why a well balanced secretion of hormone is really important for our body.